I'm gonna call you. Hi everyone, Behavior Hackers here. We're doing a little test to see how this works and if we can include people in our conversations. So I will be putting this here. 1 second, guys. This is cool. So we're doing. Oh, I can see Ingrid here. Yay! So we're doing a little experiment. Hi everyone. We're doing a little experiment because we want to actually do a proper live. So I'm gonna invite Ingrid now to see. Let's see if this works. Hi guys. Hi. Hi. Oops, it works. Oh, this is amazing. Now if we can figure out how to record it, that'll be fantastic. I think it just gets recorded automatically. I don't know. Let's try. So hi everyone, welcome. Happy Sunday. We are live. This is the first time that we're live with you guys. Good morning.
Good morning.
Hi Lee. Hi Elena.
Hello. Hi Elena. Hi Dalia.
Yeah, so we're going to be talking today a little bit about how people are feeling, how we are feeling, and giving you some advice on what we're doing, and just telling you a bit about how we're dealing with this whole situation. We have been self-isolating for how long, Ingrid?
I don't know, 10 days, 14 days, I don't know.
12 to be more specific. We calculated yesterday. And so for us, it has been an experience that has been different to some other people. Everyone has had their own experiences. And we wanted to share a little bit on how we have been able to continue working and try to make the best out of every day, even though we've had no human interaction in person. However, we've had a lot of interaction online. And I think I've had more interaction online than I've had in months with people. Don't you think?
Yeah, a lot of people said this, like, I've been talking to people I haven't talked to in a long time, or I don't usually call them, but just in a way this situation brings us together, I think. Yeah, you just start calling everybody you care, and
yeah. No, I agree.
It hasn't been easy, and like Victoria said, we just want to talk to you guys, like how we're coping, and it's about having a certain mindset to be able to deal with this, but this doesn't just magically happen. And we may seem like we're very happy all the time and everything is fine, but I think it's important to be honest with you guys. So for example, I may smile right now and I may look very happy, but the reality is I just cried like half an hour ago with Victoria. Because sometimes you just get overwhelmed, I think, and
yeah.
I worry about people around me, and some people are still going outside, and it's stressful. But together we can do this, right? We can train our brain and we can create a routine, and
improve our environments. So on my side, just to make clear, when you're being resilient is not about not talking about your feelings and not feeling those feelings. Negative feelings are important to feel them and to deal through them. So if you really want to get through this situation of crisis, you have to deal with your feelings, not ignore them and put them on the back. And dealing with them, like how Ingrid said, oh, she cried in the morning. I cried to my mom yesterday. So my family's in Venezuela. We're so used to having crises all the time. It's like, it's horrendous. But we've done this many times. I've done this isolation for different reasons before. And it brings you down, you feel bad, but then it's about how you adapt and change, and it's that mindset. So we want to give you a few tips, and I think the first one is deal with your negative feelings. You have to feel them. Don't ignore them. Feel them. Truly feel them. Cry if you have to. Really cry. Talk to someone and go through them. And so one thing that Ingrid and I do every time we talk for work in the morning before we start going, we're going to applying for grants at the moment. We're going through everything that the small businesses are going, coronavirus crisis, small businesses are suffering. So we're going through that. But before we go into anything, we're like, are you okay? Do you want to meet now? Okay, no, give me half an hour. Great. And then once we're on the call, we're like checking in. How are you feeling? Are you okay? And we talk through it. Just take with your team or your friends. If you're a freelancer, find people to work with. If you have a team, take that little time, check in with them. right before you start. And even if you're not going to work together that day, try to discipline yourself to do this every single day, because we need to check in with each other. These are difficult times and we need to keep our mental health.
Yeah, I think one thing that scares most people is having to spend time with yourself. So I used to do this before. I used to I love spending time with people, and I used to avoid spending time with myself and really just tune in with my feelings and everything I worry about and so on. And I think this might be what a lot of you are feeling. So take this opportunity to um, try to know yourself more and to be okay with everything. And like you said, just deal with all your negative emotions. It's super important. So
Yeah.
cry if you have to. It's fine. I did it. Victoria did it. Everybody does it.
And if you need someone to cry with, we're here to, hear you cry. Hi, Everness and Russ. I can't say that, but hi. Thank you for joining in.
Hello.
It's amazing to have you. We're going to be doing this more and more. We want to keep you companies, guys, and I think Ingrid's internet just went down, but we want you to see your faces. Oh, there you go, you're back. That's another thing that helps you boost your mood, seeing people's faces. And I know that we cannot have physical contact or closeness with people, but seeing people's faces is so important, and listening to people's voices. So call people. We want you to see us as much as possible. We also want to see you and talk to you. So please, this is the first time we do live, so we're not sure how this works properly. But if you have questions, I'm terrified of pressing this button. I think if I press this, you can ask us questions. Oh, okay, great. So you can send us your questions and we'll see your questions.
You can put filters.
When are you going to?
Okay.
So yeah, so see people's faces and smiles. This actually helps you increase oxytocin and also dopamine, and it helps you calm yourself down and feel better. So we're looking for things that will help us calm down, reduce that anxiety, feel connected. That's what we're looking for. Yeah. Smiling helps you trick your brain as well. That's something that we're trying to do. So if you see some funny videos from us, it's not because we stopped being doing serious science. It's because we're trying to cheer you up. We're trying for you. You know, humor is such a good medicine. We're trying to help with that a little bit, and hopefully we're funny. We think we are sometimes, and if we're not, tell us how to be funny. Because yeah. What else do we have? So we have the routines. So we made a little list of things that we wanted to tell you. We got the routines. It's all about gaining control back. I think Ingrid can explain this better than I can. But we're having this problem where we're losing control. We don't know what's going to happen, and having that routine help us regain that control. Yeah. So we are actually doing this thing that we're going to be having at least for 1 week. We're testing it every day at 11. We'll put the link on LinkedIn, and also we'll put it here. And if you want to join us, we're going to do virtual, what's it called? Virtual working groups. Yeah, so you guys can join us and be there, and then you can see some faces. So that's super important. And we're basically finding new ways of applying the science, trying to help you with your mood. So do you want to talk more about how it works when it comes to when we're losing control?
Yeah, so one of the videos that I've done is going to be up in a few days, I think. So, you know, the whole panic buying situation, I explained in the blog post as well. It's all about having the feeling that you lose control. So you try to gain the control back, but sometimes it turns into irrational things. Although for you, it might make perfect sense. For example, I know I need toilet paper anyway, I'm going to buy it. So it makes sense to buy loads of it now. And then it also comes to seeing other people overbuying, so then you panic and you want to do the same. So let's try to, you know, create a routine in our house, and then try to gain that control back, or at least feeling like you do. So me and Victoria are trying to do the same. We're trying to, you know, still wake up in the morning and do things that makes you feel better. You can be still putting on makeup, wear perfume, do your hair, wear high heels if you feel good when you do that, or you know, don't change the way you do things too much, even though you don't go to the office. Yeah, Victoria.
I have my red lipstick with me all the time now because it's like, oh, I don't feel well, red lipstick, boop,
There you go.
done. And I'm like, no, I'm good to go. I'm gonna conquer the world by myself in my house. Like, it's fine.
Yeah, and I think this is one of the reasons why we opened the virtual office space, because you don't have to change a lot of the stuff that you do just because you have to stay inside. Another thing is kind of hard because a lot of people don't live by themselves, for example, and it's really hard to work and sleep and do everything in the same room, and your brain, if it's is used to work in one room and sleep in another. Let me try to explain that again. If you used to only sleep in the bedroom, for example, it's gonna find it really difficult to work and to concentrate. So maybe either try to work in a different room or create one corner of the room where it's only about work. Change the environment, change maybe, I don't know, burn a candle or change the light, and then they will trick your brain to, you know, concentrate better. Yeah. And yeah, like I said, just stick to a routine. Still wake up in the morning, like get ready just the way you do when you go to the office, and enjoy that virtual.
Yeah. So if you're finding it hard to get ready, so like Ingrid said, one thing that I do, for example, is that I've made it into a rule, because I've worked from home before, and I made it into a rule that I don't work from my bed. I can't tell you how difficult that is, because I'm sure now you're experiencing it, because you're like, oh, you're cozied up, and then you don't want to leave bed, and then you have I just got a phone call. So reality is that when you're doing that, your brain is in the same, you're not changing spaces, and so you will feel tired and not as concentrated, and then even though it can be super cozy, you really may have to make an effort to move somewhere else. And with the virtual rooms, hopefully at least at 11, you'll have to move from one place to another and look presentable like you are in a room, which you will be.
Yeah.
So that's what we want, hopefully, to help you with, and a bit of accountability in that sense. What else do we have? We have find people to help you with a task. So back to if you're having troubles sticking to rules and routines and what you want to do, find people. So I've been invited to several things. I've been invited to work groups. So we're literally going to do a Facebook group or a video live, whatever platform that you're using, basically to exercise. Everyone's doing different exercises. Some people are doing the same exercises. We're doing the same thing. We had a pop quiz yesterday, which was hilarious. Lots of people got very drunk and just completely thrown out. So if you're there, shout out to Lee who organized this. What else have we done? Well, the working groups. I've seen this for accountants. I've seen this. Yeah. So we have that. Online socials are
like I think there's a lot of social opportunities there, like I don't know, maybe cooking groups, or I've seen a lot of yoga or workout groups, which I think it's super important to do. And you might have seen this is your opportunity to start working out, to start reading and so on. But as much as this is a horrible situation, it's incredible to see so many initiatives to actually bring the community together. And just, I think, keep looking for any kind of opportunity like this, just like a working group, or I don't know, Netflix I think now has the option to watch a movie in a group or something like this.
Yeah,
not wrong, or they're gonna put it up soon. So yeah. And also we're here.
You want to tell a little bit about what we did when we were testing Amir's platform? So we're using a platform called Reach, which is what we're going to be using for the virtual rooms. You'll see the link. We're going to post the link so you can join us. But what happened when we were testing it?
Well,
Oh,
So
we
then you
had
just
we
decide
ended
it.
up having like drinks and
Oh
and
yeah.
and then more people started getting in. So we started testing the platform, and then it became like a whole social.
It was a bit funny, yeah. Also, because we didn't realize we're live for everyone, so everyone could have joined at that point. But we're still learning how to use the platform. Yeah, so we just asked two of our friends to join to test the platform, and then we ended up like 5 or 6 people, I think. And yeah, we're just testing things around, and then we just started talking to each other, and telling jokes, started drinking, and it turned into a really nice social thing, which I really, really needed.
Yeah, I think everyone does.
Yeah,
And
I think so.
I think the last point that I have here is stay in touch with your loved ones.
I think this is super, super important. It's kind of hard. So I talk to my parents every day anyway, but for the past week, I call my mom and hello, Simon. Hi.
Hi, Simon.
Yeah, and as soon as she saw me, she started crying a little bit, and it breaks my heart. So it's very hard for everyone. That's my point, and I think this is one of the main reason we want to do this live today, to show you like it's not easy, and even though we're smiling all the time and like really, really cheerful, sometimes you just you break down, but it's fine.
But it's about the moving forward. It's about the moving forward, and it's not about breaking down, because it's okay to feel awful, but it's about how you move forward and you pass through it. Because that's what resilience is. Resilience is not accepting that you're sad. It's knowing how do I use this sadness to push me forward.
Accept it, and exactly, do your best. Because I saw, I think, a quote yesterday, something like, if you're going through hell, move forward. Why would you want to stay in hell?
Exactly. That's so good.
Yeah, I know. I loved it. Yeah, it's exactly about that. Like, okay, we're in this here now. What can we do? Instead of complaining about it, do something, as productive as possible, and to help the community.
So for all those companies that we know that are struggling, like ours is going to be struggling. Everyone's going to be struggling, especially if you're a small company. We will push forward together. It will be fine. It will be different. I promise it will be different, but it will be fine.
Yeah.
We just have to accept it.
What we would have done if we didn't have internet, if we didn't have the video calls and this opportunity?
Well, we also have to think about the 48% of the population that doesn't have internet, because it's only, I think it's 51% of the world that is connected. So we also have to really sit down and recognize that we are so lucky to be going through this and have internet. What's happening to the other rest of the world? So if you're struggling to stay at your house because, you're not going to see your friends or whatnot, think about how every time you're not going out, think about the other people that you're helping, instead of just thinking about yourself. And it's so important. And I think there was Ariana, I saw this on LinkedIn and actually shared someone that was talking about how the motivation doesn't sometimes come from, I'm gonna not do this because of myself, but thinking about the other people that you can help will help you get motivated to actually stay in your house, help not spread the thing that's going on, and we'll take decisions as a team. So we're all a team now. We have to work together. Hi.
Hello, welcome.
Yeah. So that's Nicholas. Hi, Nicholas, all the way from Germany.
Oh, hi. Sorry, I don't know your name. Hi, Andra. Yeah.
So use the phone. That's it. We're doing another live tomorrow at I think it's at 6 p.m. Hello. At 6 p.m. UK time, 7 p.m. Germany time, I think, and some other European countries. Hi, Andra.
Romanian time. 8 at Romanian time.
8 at Romanian time.
Yeah, so I suppose Andra is Romanian and she's from Romania, so that's
So we're gonna post the virtual rooms. We're gonna post everything on a little cute post. You can also find it on LinkedIn. And we're happy to see you there. And let's just get through this together. And if you have any questions, ask us. I think no one has asked any question just yet. We're learning how to use this. Write us. we're here literally just to talk. We're putting ourselves in your disposition so you can talk.
Yeah, and don't forget Fridays we have the Little Wins.
Oh yeah, Little Wins Friday.
Yeah, this is still gonna go on online, 4 p.m. UK time. We come together, we share our wins of the week, and then we celebrate each other, and then we choose a goal for the following week. So yeah, make sure to stay tuned. We're putting loads of events online
and content, everything online.
Everything online.